Family, this is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Hey, family, I'm looking at this sending me notices to let me know that my stuff is going live, like on LinkedIn, Facebook. Um, I got about 8 other ones that I'm trying to bet in to my restream, but that's for the live TV. So like when I come on like this, I'll be streaming to like my regular stuff, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and I should be streaming from Stream as well because I'm connected with that. But that would be TV, right? TV live. But anyway, Happy New Year. And I wanted to come on. I dozed off for a little bit, and I'm sitting up here thinking about some things. So this is a new year, y'all, 2023. Now, a lot of people know where my heart is at. Y'all know where my mind is at when it comes to Baltimore City and our, I'm gonna say, less fortunate people that need services that some of them is not getting the proper help that they need. Well, I've been watching a lot of us. Christine, I love you, baby. Keith, you my boy. And I'm gonna say Miss Bazemore. Um, I watch a lot of y'all. I don't say a lot. Like y'all probably go past my stuff and don't say a lot. But whatever egos and pride get in the way of us doing stuff together, y'all need to let it go. Let it go. Strengthening the community, LLC, is my business. That's my business. Strengthening the community. Not only that, a new Be More City, rebuilding our communities. I did those pages years ago. Um, I'm trying to think of the name of not strengthening the community, but a new Baltimore, right? Rebuilding our communities. Um, I created that page back in 2017 because of the 343 homicides we had, right? So that I created for encouragement, um, for people that's grieving. Now I haven't talked about that page in a while, but that's what that page is all about. I got about 400 and something, I'm gonna say, followers over there. And my goal is whatever y'all want to post, like to encourage the people that looks at stuff from time to time. I want y'all to do that. If you have a business, even with Little Steve, I have Stephen Copeland Jr., right? Sports and Talents. That's a page that I created basically for the youth. I'm gonna put it like that. And I wanted us to go on there. If you got some bad children, that's fine. And you want to just show them off, because they wild, rowdy, and all that type of stuff. I want y'all to record that and send it to that page. Basically, it's us spreading love to our babies, to the youth, right? So that's what that page is for. And not only that, I have a multi-purpose center, right? Business proposal that I wrote some years ago that's based around like music, art, theater, dancing, all of that. I run across people, y'all, and I share this stuff with them. And I'm gonna say this is only really two things that God laid on my heart and in my spirit. And that's to start rehabbing and revitalizing houses for low to moderate income people. The other one, the multi-purpose center. If we can operate this just like they do for the School of the Arts, right? But this would be free. So I'm basically looking for a building over west, east, north, and south for us to have these type of programs in it. And I want people to do the programs. If you coming in and you working with the young ladies, teach them how to be young ladies. Because you know some of them wear some little stuff. And and my thing is we want them to be young. You young, be young. Don't try to act like if you 14, 15, don't try to act like you 18 or 20. Because you're not. So be yourself. Love yourself. Right? So I want women to come in and teach our babies how to be young ladies. I want men to come in and teach our young men, you know, about responsibilities and how to be young men. Because a lot of our children are like lost. So we got to create stuff if we want them to, you know, grow. Now, I've been looking at like homeless service, stuff like that. And they've been posting stuff on Twitter. And I normally get a notification, right? And Brandon Scott gave, I think it's called Journey Home for their homeless thing that's down there. Gave them $92 million. So I sent him a message. I'm like, bro, what about me? You know, what I'm doing with helping the homeless and the less fortunate people. So he told me to reach out to them. Right? Now, you know, I'm trying to do a lot because I'm by myself. So sometimes it takes me a while to get around doing certain things. And this is something that I said I was going to do starting this year. Like I got 2 guys in the house. And they work with a company doing roofing. So you know that's not a regular season, that's a seasonal thing. So I told them last night, I said, man, I gotta get them to these jobs because that's the whole goal. If you come into the program, you're trying to get your life together. The goal is to make sure when you leave the program, I want you to be productive and responsible, like paying your bills and stuff. So when you pay it every month on time, I know you won't have a problem with paying your bills. That's how I see it, right? If you feel like you need, say, counseling, you know, therapy, a psychiatrist, we got that too. We got that. Substance abuse, we got that. That's what We Are One Family is all about. When it comes to my clients, you know, it's for them to help them, work out a plan with them. Once you like their PRP or their counselor, work out a plan for them, like a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Because the goal with me and most of our, I'm gonna say, assisted living places or recovery places, it's not to keep you. It's not to keep you forever. You know, you get into the program, you're doing all the right things. Now, some people do get money for clients to be in their program, and they might keep them for years. But then check this out, I don't get money. So I basically had to deal with people who either working or getting something like SSI or SSDI, and they need the help, we can help them. But I'm just saying this because we got to, and I sent Keith a message last night, bro, we got to come together. I know he have his own way of doing things. He's more like a rebel. He's more like that. You know, he's a rebel. Now with me, I know I'm a soldier. I'm a warrior for Christ. I already know that. But the goal is, and that's why y'all hear me doing this a lot, right? Because that's my weapon. A lot of people turned against me, and really, I mean, that's your stuff. Because of the way I was coming at people. And I think that's a shame, right? Because if you have a way of doing stuff just to get attention, of people understanding where you at, I'm not going to knock you for that. But I get a lot of people that will knock me for certain things I say and do. then you want to turn around and knock me. But that's not what it's all about. All right, I was looking at a message that was sent to me. Let me see, can I get that closed? I hope I ain't closing this. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I see it now. I've been over here, y'all, and I want to show y'all. Don't tease me about my room because I got a lot of clothes too. See, and I got clothes lined up in the dining room too. But I got them hanging. Now I just want to show y'all this right here. Look. I ain't no joke, y'all. This right here is my stream. See these channels? This right here. This is where people can go and see these videos at stream.com and come to my website. You can see the videos and stuff. So I come on here mostly like every other day, or you know, just to try to put other stuff in. Now I'm gonna show y'all this right here. And that, like I said, don't say nothing about my goddamn clothes because I got a lot of clothes. So I ain't playing with y'all. This came in. I don't know why I got that thing streaming to myself. This is, see, these are the pages I'm trying to embed in. So when I come on, from right here, I'll be on all of this. This is YouTube, so I'm on YouTube. This LinkedIn. This is Twitter. This is Lavelle Copeland, my Facebook page. This is Twitch. This right here is daily motion. And I think that's why this down here, right? But these I'm trying to embed in. So I am going to go somewhere and get somebody to help me to embed it into my restream. So when I start on my restream, like y'all looking at me now, and see this one right here, I done turned around and mess with this thing. Look at that. Where it's coming back to me. And be honest, that's not how I want it. Look at me. I'm trying to turn the phone around. And it might be nice later once I get a better understanding. Yep. But this is what I be over here doing from time to time. I'm trying to make sure everything is up and running right. Now, who's that right there? All right, I was just reading what you put. Yeah, that sounds like what I have anyway. I'm sorry. Don't do that. I'm trying to make sure I get your message. But what is that? Go to. All right, I'll look at it a little later. Yeah, because this is basically my restream is where my lives are at. I mean my you know I'm streaming from that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix this thing right. But that's the whole goal, is to get better at understanding what I'm doing and knowing how to embed, you know, other platforms in there. Now, with Stream TV, the package I got there, I will be streaming out to like 25 other TV stations, you know, internet stuff. So, and I can do commercials and all of that. So it's just learning how to do that. Um, I really would like for somebody else to know what they're doing to come in. I ain't got no problem with that. But anyway, I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Excuse me, because I got this in my stand, but I'm holding it in my hand. But look, seriously, I know a lot of y'all, which I don't get it. I really don't understand. Because a lot of y'all turned against me. And I'm going to say this right here. That was because of the Middle River stuff that went on. And I stood on the Meyer side. The reason why? Because I knew people was going around setting these restaurants up as racist. And they was doing protesters and stuff. Y'all didn't know. A lot of y'all didn't know they was fooling y'all. So anytime somebody asks me about them, no, they not racist. No. They no different than us. You know, but the thing is, they white. And the reason why I'm saying that, because they've been down Middle River now for probably 17 years. It's the Middle River people that help their business to grow, to spread out in that lot that they own. And you mean to tell me people that been like went to school with Vince and his sister and all of that did not realize they was racist? And some of them turned against Vince too, because of the statements that he made back in 2000 and I think what, 12. So some people went in his stuff on his Instagram. I'm sorry, got there going thing fell off. They went in his page, right? Pulled some stuff out of him and other people talking. And one guy, I guess it was a black guy, he was talking about, you know, I make a slave out of you, stuff like that. They was having a conversation. But y'all ain't pay no attention. They had y'all hook, line, and sinker. And I'm talking about the ones that call themselves protesting down there. They hated when I came around because I wasn't a part of what they was doing. And I made it clear to Kelly during that time, I'm a community activist. I'm a part of Communities United. So we do protests. We do rallies. But what you do, you go in, you make your point, and then you go. How y'all gonna shut these people down and they got what, about 5 restaurants, seafood places? So that was their goal, to try to shut them down. Then they came harshly at the people that was coming to order stuff. Got them on live, their tags and all that. Now, suppose somebody wanted to look their tags up to see where they live at, and they would have went over there and killed these people or hurt these people just for coming down there buying crabs or whatever. And they call themselves intimidating the customers. Well, anyway, when I went in there and I heard this guy tell Vince, he said, man, I didn't know you was like that. We grew up together. We went to school together. I said, he ain't like that. And then a lady came in. She been knowing them for all these years. But I never knew y'all was like that. Now, understand, it was Vince. Then you got a Vince Senior, because they call themselves coming after him, Junior, not realizing that's his mother and father stuff. Got their own boats that they go crabbing with and everything. Well, anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone because that was some years ago, right? But anyway, when I went there, and just you know, Larry Wallace was in there, some other people was in there, and I just came up and went right in. That's what I do. I want to get to the source of whatever. That's how I roll. I would deliberately come down there, walk down through the crowd, and then go up to the big house. And I laughed about that, right? Because Hey, baby. I laughed about that because they couldn't come past the bushes. And the thing that got me, and they never paid attention, it was like the big house where your master live in, and they was down behind the bushes. And I'm like, y'all are in the woods. Y'all out there like on the field, the plantation. They ain't see that. And I'm trying to watch my words because people like sending stuff in to get me blocked or whatever. But I will come down there, I will tell Kelly, tell them stop doing this, stop doing that, because they was harassing the people. But they figured they'd try to shut them down. And then what happened after that? The Mayas sued them. I don't know if they, because you got to understand, you can do a protest, but if you cause that business to lose money, they can sue whoever brought that protest together. And that's what they did. I read all that stuff up. That's why people need to understand when you want to fight something, make sure you understand what you're doing. So because of that, a lot of people like turned their backs on me. A lot of people turned their backs, because they thought I was defending some racists, not realizing they were set up. Now, I'm not going to say they might not, have their little differences and say certain things, because I will call a white person an N-word quick. Don't make, because I like playing. But I never took a lot of other stuff serious. Because I look at people as people. I don't care what your nationality is. You human just like me. Whether you black, white, Indian, Mexican, you just like me. You're a human being. So anyway, in saying that, a lot of people came against me. Family, friends, all of that. And I'm like, y'all know me. As far as, I don't judge. I try not to judge people in that sense. You got me? Like, if you're a white person and you dislike black people, I would like to know why. That's me. Well, why did something happen that made you, that's me. Because if you want to know why people do stuff, just ask them. They might have had a bad experience with black person, or somebody fed them a bunch of poor information. Ask them. That's one of y'all biggest fears. Y'all won't get to the source. And then get mad at me because I have no problem going to whomever. We all have little differences and stuff like that. But whatever, the reason why I'm saying that, because you might not like the way I do stuff. You might not like the way I bring it. And guess what? I toned down because I knew I was coming harsh. Then going through a lot of emotional stuff, because I'm just a wimp. Not in a bad way, don't get it wrong. But I care too much. And that's what I started understanding. My heart, my mind, and my soul is in what I do. Whether I get paid or not, I love doing what I do. But now a lot of y'all got me thinking twice now, because I'm like, okay, God, what you want me to do from here? Because it's not about y'all. But then you get mad at me because I stand firm on my beliefs. Why get mad? I can share what God laid on me with you. And if you come back, like, you might have a bigger vision of it, boom. I ain't got no problem saying, okay, let's do it that way. Because I know it takes the multitude. to get stuff done. So the thing is, if you got a nonprofit, you got a business, and your goal is to work and try to turn Baltimore City around, we gotta come together. I can do this over here. You doing that 3 blocks down. We only come together so we can do it together to reduce like the crime rate, the homicides. We won't come together. For the whole month of December, I didn't do nothing. I've been in the house. I be sleeping a lot during the day though, but I've been in the house because I knew the new year was coming. And it's like, okay, Steve, what is you gonna do? Now I'm not moving nowhere, but I need to focus more on my clients as far as getting them the proper help that they need, getting them into housing and all this type of stuff. So I need like homeless services. I need like HUD. Y'all giving all of these bigger business millions when they already got millions in the bank. We got so many vacant houses and stuff. And my goal is trying to work with people so we can redo blocks. And a lot of the people that I run into, that they gave other people money to do some work in the community, and the people ran off with the money. Like, God damn. Because now here I come and I want to go talk to somebody like Kevin Plank. I want to go talk to somebody like Ed Hill, only to find out that they gave people money to redo this community or something like that, right? And they ran off with the money. Do y'all know the work it takes to try to encourage them to, trust you and your vision or your mission? And that's my whole goal. I try to reach out to sponsors, business partners, and sponsors, business partners, and investors. We talk about you want to end homelessness and all this type of stuff. Now you got homeless services. Then you got HUD right round in the same spot. But you got all these vacant houses. And I'm talking about the 2-story houses. Because most of the 3-story houses going for $200,000 to $300,000. You can get one of these 2 stories, right? You can gut the whole thing. And it probably costs you about $60,000 to build it back up. Then you can turn around and sell it for like 100 and something. I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of dealing with people and understanding the process. We got a lot of government programs. Now, the packet I had was for 30 units of Park Heights, 5.4 million. It fell apart, but this is where I was at. I had a lender. He was working with me. He was somebody else now. So once I get back into that again, I will reach back out to him to see how the company that he's working for now, the lenders, can work with me in doing what I have to do. And not just me, because the thing is, any development that they might give to this big corporation, I will try and talk to whoever had that contract to see how much of that contract we can get for minorities. So I come in now as a broker to help our Black men and women to get some of that money to help rebuild. See, I was doing all of this when me and Will was talking. Because the whole goal is, if we can't get Baltimore City together, a lot of places down at the Inner Harbor is closing down. And I watched a video of a guy the other day walking through the mall downtown. Wasn't It was like empty. It was empty. Somebody else supposed to be purchasing the Inner Harbor stuff. Some investment company. Now, I'm gonna just say this because I was talking with Archie the other day, and we was talking about the eye in the sky. So what I'm planning on doing, I'm gonna make it clear with him. I want us, because he's doing the radio, WOLB. But my goal is to come in, and I come in with my network stuff. So while we sitting there and we talking with people, we can actually be going live too from where I'm at. I will bring my computer in, my laptop, set it up so we can do what we got to do. So it just won't be Baltimore City. We'll be reaching out way beyond Baltimore City. Yeah, and that made me mad, Dorothy. I see you got the new Lexington Market. I haven't even been down there yet. But look, now I could be wrong, but I heard them say something about $5 billion to building back up the Lexington Market. Now I could be wrong with the 5 billion, but this the part that made me mad. When you got big corporations like that that come in with these $1 billion developments they want to do, they get that tax break, TIF. Do y'all realize, like when Kevin Plank took over, not the Inner Harbor, but back down that way? Y'all please, y'all know the name. Trying to get the name right. But anyway, it was the value of rebuilding and everything was about 5 billion. So taxes wise, that's 600 million. And you know that money's supposed to come back into the inner city, but they gave them that tax break. See, I had to learn all of this. So, Dorothy, the reason why I'm saying that, because I could swear now, I could be wrong now. Don't quote, don't whatever. But look, when I heard something about $5 billion, I think they supposed to spend to rebuild downtown, that Lexington Market and stuff. I got mad because I was looking at the tax money, the tax break that they get. And that money actually supposed to go back into Baltimore City. Then they coming in, they spending money for us to come and build, right? I mean, to come and, I mean, they developing, and we are the ones that's actually the inner city people is going to go down there, just like they go down to the Inner Harbor and all of that. And they'll start spending money there, like down Broadway and Fells Point. That's what I was trying to get to. Because they taking everything out the city. And guess what? When I come on my live, I talk about that. Y'all don't even want to hear it. But people do want to hear it. People do. I know that much. My Facebook page is public. People can see me all over the world. I even got a guy from Africa on there that I call my son. That's on my Facebook page. And guess what? I really don't have to do this, y'all. I don't have to do this. It's just that my heart goes out to our people. Dorothy, I'm still reading your stuff. Where you gonna park? Wait a minute. Don't have nowhere to park. How you going to see? I ain't been down there yet since they opened it up. I know, Dorothy. Dorothy, I was looking at the part where you sit back and take care of your clients. I look, that's no lie, baby girl. That's no lie. Because I feel like I want to say I'm being stagnated, right? Something like that. But December, be honest with you, it was rough for me. It was rough. You know, losing my sister in February, my mother gone, and I'm trying to keep the peace in my mind. You know what I mean? And that's all I did was sleep. Sleep. I didn't feel like going nowhere. I didn't feel like doing nothing. But I'm like, Steve, you gotta get out of this space. You gotta fight it, bro. And y'all make me think. I mean, come on. I'm not trying to look for y'all to praise me and stuff like that. But because y'all don't interact with the stuff that I do to help people. Listen to what I just said, to help people. I'm not asking y'all for nothing personally for me. No. These are y'all family members that you don't want in your household. So if I put up my Cash App and say I want to help somebody do this and help somebody do that, support the Cash App. Now we got Baltimore's Real Team Talk. I sent the guy a message and to let him know, Saturdays, we can do the Team Talk show. But because he have about 15 kids that he worked with, I said, that's something you can do every Saturday. You only got to bring 2-3 kids. Or if you want to bring 20, 9 times out of 10, everybody ain't going to speak, but I'm just saying. But the goal is we need to listen more. Thanks, Dorothy. We need to listen to our children more. I started realizing, y'all, you know how that statement, um, children should be seen and not heard, that's not true. That's why a lot of our children are lost because they don't have nobody to motivate them, encourage them, or lift them up and say, I love you, nephew, or I love you, baby girl. I ain't say I want to have sex with you. No. I want to make them feel special. They got to feel it in their spirit. I didn't know nothing about that at one time, Dorothy. January the 26th, right? I will have 30 years clean by God's grace. I don't have no desire to use, okay? I will have 30 years clean. Do y'all know how that blows me away sometimes? I started smoking weed at 11. I started drinking Thunderbird at 13. I started snorting cane around about 14. Which people used to say that was a rich man high to cocaine. So you know, I thought I was real special, right? And then I started between 14 and 15, I started shooting cocaine and dope. I didn't get clean until I was 30. So all my teen years, I was using. All in my 20s, I was using. Didn't get clean till I was 30. I'm 60 now. Hey, Dorothy, you know I know you. You about right there somewhere. Somewhere. Because we met on Pennsylvania Avenue. So I've been knowing you for 25 years. Oh, you was 25. Wait a minute. I know you got over 20 something years clean. I already know that. I think I got what, about 2 years on you, somewhere like that. I think, I'm not sure. But anyway, we come a long way. We come a long way. And understand this. I had to learn to stand firm on my beliefs. All right. So, and it's not to talk bad about nobody, but people have a tendency of catering to other people rather than standing firm on their beliefs. They become wishy-washy and they get with the crowd that wants to badmouth you and talk about you, and y'all support that, not really realizing he's the one over there doing what needs to be done. See, I told you, February the 25th, you'll have 25. Told you. 28. I'm sorry, 28. Whoa. Now I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking about too, Dorothy. I'm thinking about moving my couch conversation to Thursdays. And I'm thinking about on Tuesdays, I want to do a NA program. Talk about recovery. I sponsored a lot of men and women over the years. I didn't know till this lady told me, because I really didn't pay a lot of attention. But she said, you know what you is? She said, you are a life coach. I'm like, because that's what I do. And I started reading up on it. And I realized the years that I had sponsored people, I know, because I was going to do it. Because my goal is to talk with some of y'all so that, I can bring people on. You could be home and I'll bring you on, stuff like that. And we'll just talk about like recovery. So I'm thinking about doing that on Tuesdays. It might be a Monday, because I do want to work my way back over, like, to getting honest. So I might switch that day up Monday, and I might stay with Wednesday. But being a member of Communities United, we normally have our group meetings around about the third week, I think, or the fourth week of the month. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, if you call yourself wanting to fight to help reduce whatever that's going on around in our city, y'all need to become a part of Communities United. I call it the baby branch of the NAACP, right? Because they fight for the democracy, fair housing, fair wages. Mainly when the elders are not being treated right. Then you got the homeless people that's not being treated right. So basically, we'll fight for your civil rights, your equal rights, and your constitutional rights. So I had to start reading up on the amendments and stuff. So a lot of y'all might get in your head, the system don't work for us, the system this, the system that. You gotta make it work for you. That's why we have to come together. If we're going to do a rally down in front of City Hall and it's catering more towards the black people or the poor people, y'all need to show up deep. Show up deep. Understand this too. We pointing fingers at Brandon Scott. We pointing fingers at the commissioner, the police, and all of that because I'm doing it. But I had to back up. You know why? Because a lot of those people that's out there committing the crimes and doing what they're doing, they are our children. Thank God they ain't mine. I'm just saying that to put myself in. Because if I knew my nieces and nephews or my son or daughters was out there, But a lot of y'all know your sons or your daughters might have guns in the house illegally. It's only two reasons why you carry a gun. Either to protect yourself or you gonna go take somebody out. But my nephew said it's three. You might want to show off with it. I said I didn't think about that. But I do now. I do now. And I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't really thinking about it at first, but then it hit me. It's your own children that's out, grown-ups too, that's out there killing each other. And let me say this. Y'all already know when they gonna go out there because they talk about it before they go do things. And they comfortable because they know people don't really want to snitch because nobody is protecting them if they become an eyewitness and all of that. That's why we need that plane back. And I tell a lot about young men. I understand you hustling, I understand you doing this and that, but when you start killing each other, we coming for your ass. And I tell them like that because, I'm older, the old OG, like just to try to get them to respect the old head. I tell them, y'all make us look bad out here. The people that used to live that life. The old retired G's. I'm telling you. And I try not to knock it. But if they want to, like, get help with, like, getting into apprenticeship program, learning the trade, I drove tractor trailers, made good money. Got a son that wants to be a professional soccer player. I got a daughter that's in this. This will be her fourth year in college to become a lawyer. So she told me that she's going to go to the University of Maryland. I said, okay, because she close now. Er, er. So I'm like, okay. My oldest daughter is in school now to become a nurse. I think my grandson now is probably about 14. My grandbaby probably about 4 or 5 now. My granddaughter. And I hate to say this. I have not been around my grandbaby since she was born. And I was in here thinking about her the other day. Last time I seen her when we was at my sister wake. And I asked my daughter, I'm like, where the baby at? And I realized this little light-skinned girl in there was her. So I said, come here. I said, you know who I am? She ain't know. Y'all know she ain't know. I said, I'm your grandfather. Grandfather? I said, yeah. I have not seen her since then. My daughter made the decision that she don't want to deal with me no more. Now, mind you, me and my daughter had a beautiful relationship. All my daughters. But for some reason, I think she felt like whatever happened with me and her mother, just let me say that, because I think she's carrying a grudge for that. But when her and her baby father got into stuff, yeah, I wanted to go down there and act stupid, but I knew she loved him. So the thing was, when they would get into it and she would call me, I would tell her, put him on the phone, and I'll tell him, take a walk. But Mr. C, blah, 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 I understand, take a walk. Because I'm not going to come down there and do something stupid knowing that we do have our falling outs and stuff. My thing is, just don't put your hand on it. When it gets to that point, take a walk and calm down. But guess what? She tried to make it like I'd never been a part of her life. I've been in her life all her life. I'm 60 years old. I can't even tell you if my father living or not. But I was determined I was not going to let my kids feel the pain that I feel inside for my father not being in my life. Sometimes I wonder, is he still living? Do I have other brothers and sisters? So can y'all understand a little bit more of why I do what I do, mainly when it comes to our children who feel like, that love from the father and some mothers is missing. It's that biological bond between the mother, the father, and that child or that adult. It's that spiritual bond. I can play daddy all I want, but I can't feel that space. Well, I can show you love and all that type of stuff, but it's nothing like having your biological parent there to be able to go to, run to, and talk about what's going on with you. I did foster care, kinship foster care. I did mentoring, held down a prison commitment for like about 10 years. Went there faithfully. I would take people in with me, but if some of them couldn't get in that I wanted to come in and talk with the guys, I would go by myself and we'd just talk. They were starting to cook the oodles and noodles stuff for me, right? Showing me how to hook it up. And 1 year, and he got more years now. 1 year, a guy that was in there, he told me, he said, thanks. You might not remember me, but you came over to the wide building. You was coming over to the wide building. He told me he had 8 years clean. Now, if he's still around, whoa, he might have about 15. If he's still around. Now, I probably do Mondays. I'm just thinking for my book reading for the NA thing. And briefly, probably go through the steps as well. I'm gonna have my little materials there. I want to teach people the way they taught me when I first came to NA. They grabbed me by the hand and they guided me. They said we're gonna love you until you learn to love yourself. And I had to get to learn to love Steve. I had to learn to go inside and deal with those issues that I was running away from. And I do, once I really sat down to pick the date and all of that, I would love for you to either come, we can do the lives together. Because I've been looking at that too with the couch conversation and with the team talk. See, excuse me, y'all. My thing is people need to be consistent. See, my nephew was coming and he called me about nothing now. But it's okay because that's not his responsibility. His heart was in the right place and still is. But there's so many youths out there that I know. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, I was told several occasions, don't pay attention to like my viewers because people see me. Like I see some of their stuff they doing. I might not tone in, but I'm there listening to your stuff. And you might have a big group of followers, which I admire that. But I found out for me when mines would go beyond like 20, 30, here come the chaos and the confusion. And then because it's public, I know people like Maxwell in Africa. So he watches me and his people. It was a lady from the UK. She probably locked up now because she was fighting for the they over there raping children and stuff. Children, they sleeping with children. And the police is like not doing anything to help turn that around. So the lady, she I guess one day she ran across my show and me and her started talking. And she was telling me what they doing over there and, you know, in their country. And I mean, she said babies, like 5, 6, stuff like that. Grown ass men sleeping with babies. But I've been on it for an hour. It don't feel like it, but I'm looking at my time. So I'm gonna just say this: I love y'all, and we got some great things to do. And I'm looking for people to volunteer to come and help me. Um, I'm talking about with the clients and all that type of stuff. I get people calling me looking for like people for their programs. So I'm gonna just end this right now. There wasn't no specific topic or nothing. I was just coming on to talk, and it looks like I got It's an hour now. Share this video, y'all. Share this live. Share, share, share. Like, share, share, share. I need y'all. I need y'all to help. Let's work together to turn our city around. If we don't come together, none of this stuff is going to slow down. Life and death is what it is. But if we don't come together to work together, we're not going to slow it down. And we can't keep relying on Brandon Scott, the police commissioner, and all that. I love y'all, and I'm gone this time. Enjoy your new year. Enjoy your day. Take care, y'all.